Hey, welcome everybody. It's Anna from Astral Tarot, and I'm very excited to finally show you the entirety of the deck that I've made. Yes, these are magical guidance cards, and all images, photos are made by me. I'm gonna show a full flip through as I'm talking to you about, some concepts of the cards, and I will make more videos, for sure in the future, obviously. But let's start by saying already thank you to the people who have ordered this deck off of Make Playing Cards. That makes me feel really good, really special. Obviously, this tool is really special to me. It's not a tarot deck, not an oracle deck either, actually. It's a tool for magical practice. But I have realized that it might just be a good oracle as well. Obviously, it's up to you. It's important to me that there are no rules. So, whoever gets this deck can use it exactly in the way that they want, truly. It's your thing once you get it, okay? So these are my 90 cards, and let's go. So first off, you might think, Anna, you always say that you're so tarot-minded, not into oracles all that much. As I said, this is actually not an oracle deck, or not meant to be an oracle deck. But again, you do what you want. But it's a tool for magical practice. And yeah, I'll get into that more a little bit later. And this is the version with the titles on the back, or actually the words on the back. And look at all that space that you can use to add your own words if you feel the need to. So let me see, how do I do this? Maybe like that. Yeah, and as you can see here, cycles, rhythm, process. So, I might just talk to you about the creation of the deck today and then get in depth on the cards later, because there's so many things I want to share with you. This is regular Make Playing Cards finish. It's kind of thin cards, but very sturdy. The finish and the cardstock reminds me a lot of my favorite deck, Triomphe de la Luna. I have the paradoxical version here, obviously. As you can see, I like the dark colors, jewel toned, and yeah, dark cards. That's what I like to work with. I put this on Instagram, I think, or on the Make Playing Cards selling, my shop on there. And by the way, everything is linked below. I've entered this design on the day of the October full moon eclipse because I wanted the strong energies, even before I'd received my own first printed copy. I thought that was just a nice time, and the excitement is still very real. I'm very excited about this tool. I'm very excited that people are, ordering it. I can't wait to see some reviews. I think I'll always be really stoked to share this with you because, wow, it took me a full year to make. Everything is my vision, my photos, my words. And check this out. I have different colors on the backs. So as I said in the unboxing video, light purple, dark purple, blue, and red hues. But actually the backs are also a photo that I took of my altar. So that's where the color gradient came from, and I just made it all blurry so that it would be just colors and edited them in a different way. So basically I've made the deck that I needed, okay? The deck I wanted to make for myself, the deck that I still feel, apart from now, it didn't exist. It's not an oracle deck, but rather cards that are supposed to aid the witch or magical practitioner in their workings. My own ideas, my own words, my own photos, and I think that, I hope, but I think that others would benefit off of this tool as well in their own practice. So basically, that's why I made it available for purchase, to use and enjoy. I took all these photos at night or in the evening. I thought that was a very important concept for me. They turned out beautiful in my opinion, and dark, and as I said, jewel tone. Somehow that is, just what makes my eyes sparkle. That's really what attracts me. And at night and in the evening, because that's when I feel it's the most magical time. Yeah? I mean, isn't it? I wanted the pack to be potent. So, as I said, the spell card shows a real spell. It's real blood in the blood magic card, and I really did ritually break something in the destroy card, etc. For instance, here, this is charm casting or casting, and I really did do that for the photo. And a little behind the scenes, with so many of these pictures, I first placed them all. Okay, for instance, the charms here that I used and the dice, I placed them all and thought, okay, well, that's going to be a pretty picture. Took the photo and thought, that's not real, in its concept of the rest of the deck, it's not real. So I tried it again by actually concentrating and, casting. And that's when I took the picture, this picture that made it into the deck. And it's like that with every card. Whenever I placed something or tried to make it perfect and beautiful, I really just did not like the result. It showed, first of all, it kind of showed that it was all purposefully placed. And second of all, it messed with the idea of the deck. I really wanted to be, this to be authentic. That's why I feel that every image is already infused with witchcraft, right? With magic. Might just say magic, yeah. I think it's nice. How about when you order this deck and you pull a card? I'll talk about how to use this deck later. For instance, you pull this collage card, paper. You can infuse the deck with that energy, or this card with that energy. Of course, infuse the deck with your own energy, but that specific card, you can have that card out as you are doing collage in sacred space. I'm kind of, yeah, feeling happy with that and passionate about that idea. This is one of the first cards I made. This is one of the last cards I made. I, of course, fine-tuned every image. I edited them, but tried to not do it too heavily to anyway make a cohesive 90-card deck. And of course, in some cards, there's more or less light, and that depends on the season. Because of course, at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. in summer, there's still more light than 10 or 11 p.m. in the wintertime. So really, that's what you can see in the deck. So I started off with 88 prompts because I first thought of the words. And then through the process, it became 90 cards. So all of those words, all of those prompts divided over 90 cards. And this is probably, well, at least one of my favorite cards in the deck. Another thing that was important to me is, as I put it up for purchase on Make Playing Cards, that this would be an affordable deck. So every copy goes for 27 euros and 65 cents. And then shipping, I have no control over shipping. That's just Make Playing Cards. Yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to set the price of the deck to something affordable. It's 90 cards, and even though quantity isn't everything, they all seemed necessary. Because as I said, I started with the words. Even though quantity isn't everything, they all seem necessary. So I feel you really get something good and useful, for sure. So, workability. One of the reasons that I personally don't really gravitate towards oracle decks is often actually the lack of workability. We get beautiful cards, but then we get booklets that are hard to find the cards that you just pulled in, right? I mean, I feel like I'm often endlessly flipping through the guidebook to try to find the meaning of the card I just pulled. And it gets a little frustrating sometimes. So I definitely didn't want to do that with magical guidance cards. The initial idea is right here. The words are right on the back, so you don't need anything extra. But of course, for the people who order the blank backs, uniform backs version, and it all started with this concept, the cards that aid in magical work. Whether you're beginner, intermediate, advanced, whether you do elaborate work or not, whether you're a solitary practitioner or that you work in a group, we sometimes just need some assistance or at least inspiration, right? In other words, they were fine-tuned during the process of taking all the pictures of the deck, because I realized some pictures could have, what's it called, more words than others. And here is the special card. I tried so hard to not include myself in the deck, but then with 2 images, I just did not know how else to picture that. So this is blessing, cosmic kiss, life breath. Like I thought so, so long and hard about how to show life breath. And well, I got this funny like aura photo that I kind of like. And I edited it, this is like me and the shadow. So it's not like you're actually staring at my face, it's edited. I did not, by the way, pay a lot of it. Well, I did pay a lot of attention to the words, but I mean to say, like, the conjugation, is that the right word? Of the verb. If there are verbs on the back of the cards, then I just took the conjugation that felt most inspiring to me. So there's some nuance there. How do I explain it? For example, there is commit and promise, but then there's also cord cutting. It doesn't say cut the cord cutting. Well, I hope that made sense. Anyway. So I think that if you have the version with the words on the back, it's best to shuffle without looking at the cards as you're shuffling. But if you shuffle without looking, you can feel your way through the deck, which might be nice as well. So you can shuffle and let synchronicity do its thing, the sacred randomness of the cards. But another way to use the deck is to pick out an image that currently speaks to you, and then find out what type of magic is advised by turning over that card. So here we have Dark Moon, lights off. Images or words, both can face upwards while shuffling. There are really no rules here. Do what feels best to you. Hell, throw them in the air and catch one for all that I care. Actually, I think that would be pretty badass, actually. So this brings me to my next point, the no rules thing. I love that I made a deck that's so free and intuitive in a way. Because when you do a spread or, lay down your cards, you can choose to pick just 1 card or pick 3 cards, pick 20 cards. You can then incorporate them all into your reading or into your magical advice, or only a few. You can also use none and reshuffle. Yes, I actually said that. You can use none and reshuffle. It's not like tarot, It's really up to you here. And then, of course, you can look at the back and include every word on the card, or take only one into consideration. For instance, here, amulet. The choice is always yours, I'm trying to say. Now, you can believe in that sacred randomness, that the deck would give you the best card that you need right now, or you can just follow your own ideas. I love this picture. This is offering sacrifice. And, don't get all creeped out. This is the blood magic card. It's blood mixed with red wine, okay? It's not that much blood. So, yeah, magical guidance cards. I'm really proud of this. I'm really happy with this creation. And the reason of its creation was that it could inspire us all, most importantly, to do the magic, right? To not just think about it or plan it, but actually just to do it. This is like a hands-on tool to go ahead and, work that air magic. For instance, this is air magic. Yeah, so call to action pack to do the magic, use your tools. If you get the experiment card or prepare card, it's advised to research a topic, for example, to experiment, to gain experience, to gain confidence in our craft, and to sometimes also, as I said, simply just contemplate the card that you got, the meanings on the back here, sex magic. This is, I lovingly refer to this picture as my soft porn card. This is just my hand on my thigh, and I edited it. Yeah, baby, it's part of it. Basically, the deck, it doesn't exist to tell you what to do. It just tells you, or it suggests rather, how you could go about it. This is my freezer for the baneful magic. Even the sun card was made at night, because I had that rule to make it consistent. Okay, here, this is the Synchronicity card. I'm really happy about that, and I actually made a whole video on Patreon, I don't know, in summer or something. It was really early, still in the year, about the story behind this card. So I think I shared that in the headliner tier. And this is a playing card that I actually found in the street. And I knew for my Synchronicity card, I wanted to show a playing card that I had found outside, okay? Because that happens to me, and I collect them. I actually do pick them up, give them a wash or a rinse or of some sorts, and then I keep them. And this is really just a sign of the universe, right? So 3 of clubs. Basically, long story short, I really waited for the moment that I actually found a card in the streets. I wasn't gonna, take a card from my found collection, put it on the pavement, take a photo. That's not what this deck does. So I knew that in the span of 1 year, I would find at least one playing card, and this was it. Very, very, very magical. This is 3 times my hands, and that's actually a conscious decision for the ritual or celebration card. I mean, honestly, I love my friends, etc., but you never know. Truth be told, you never know what would happen, what's going to happen. And so there's extra maybe symbolism in there that it's 3 times the same person's hand, and so you are your own best friend. Takes a while to flip through 90 cards. I'm going to talk about the behind the scenes of this deck on Patreon in the after party tier. And absolutely share your questions with me and what you think of these images and the concept. I've been getting feedback on Instagram already for sure, and underneath the initial unboxing video. I like every image. Yeah, I just love the deck. Okay, so I have to say something about this image, because have you noticed that this is the first image that I picked? That I shuffled the deck in the unboxing video, and then I got this photo first. And funny, my first reading actually was kind of like, okay, what should I do now? I shuffled the deck and I got this card, not realizing that I had already pulled it the first time. So the deck really was trying to tell me, cleanse, okay? Use your eau de cologne, your, what does this say? Florida water, agua sacral. Put on some perfume. Can be part of glamour magic, you know? Okay, so this isn't the other photo of me, and it's just me from the back. And how do you photograph meditate, right? So the back of the head, cough, moon card in the tarot. And lo and behold, this isn't even that posed. It's not even that staged. It's kind of impulsive, like every photo in this deck. And look at the neck, at my neck. Look at that shape. It looks like a crescent moon, and I just couldn't be happier with the results, because I had this other one where I had my hair all loose and long, and then I made a quick braid, and I just stood there, took a few deep breaths, kind of got in the meditation zone, and this is the picture. You know what I mean? Yes. Candle. You've seen the below card. This is the above card. We're almost there. There you go. Okay. You can shuffle this way. Feel free to shuffle that way. Do whatever you want with this deck. You can take out a few cards. Nothing is, it's up to you. This is meant for your practice. And in the unboxing video, I fanned them out like this, but actually the color gradient goes this way. See? So it's a little bit more noticeable, or a lot more noticeable, when you do it this way. And it's gonna look so much better with the edging, because then you don't get the white sides, right? Do you see what I mean? So yes, dark edging, that's what this deck needs. Okay, go ahead and do that. I think I may have said it all. You might think there are some impossible photos there, like photographing a flying crow or raven at night. Again, I explained that in headliner tier on Patreon. But long story short, this is a stamp that I've made. The background are real trees in the evening, and then I just, you know, edited the photo. Another question you might have is God, I love these colors. Oh my God, I'm so in love. Okay. The other impossible photo would be the lightning card, right? The weather card. Another trick in the book, I Googled how to photograph lightning. No, I was going to be able to do that. But here, this background is actually a photo that I took using the camera. And it is during a heavy storm when we were on holiday in Germany last summer. So it technically still is a photo of a storm, which is what I wanted. But then the lightning is actually a photo of a picture in one of those old encyclopedia books that I have. And then I edited them together, there you go. And this is the result, and I love it. And it's still, you see, technically a photo that I took. It's just I had to be a little creative there. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it at this. What can I say? I'm really proud. Let me end it in a magical way. It's witching hour, and it's time to mix it up. Okay, I'll see you next week. Bye.